North Korea edges closer to an intercontinental nuclear missile. Seoul warns Pyongyang could strike the United States. Missiles, submarines, secret enrichment plants, the arsenal grows. Jong Un sharpens his nuclear sword and shield, while diplomacy teeters. Trump, Xi and global leaders face a test. Contain a rising nuclear threat, or watch the world teeter on the brink. The world is once again on edge. South Korea warns its northern neighbour is closer than ever to building an intercontinental nuclear missile that can strike the United States. Washington, Seoul and Tokyo are all bracing for a new phase in Pyongyang's nuclear gamble. South Korean President Lee Jae-myung set the alarm bells ringing.
North Korea is nearing completion of an intercontinental ballistic missile designed to carry a nuclear warhead to the United States.
The statement captures how far Pyongyang has come. North Korea's nuclear journey began with crude underground blasts, primitive fission devices and short-range delivery systems. But through decades of defiance, sanctions and isolation, the country has built a formidable nuclear enterprise. Today, estimates suggest North Korea possesses dozens of warheads, some small tactical bombs of 10 to 20 kilotons, others strategic giants of up to 250 kilotons, powerful enough to wipe out entire cities. At the heart of the arsenal lies the Hwasong-19, a solid-fuel ICBM tested in October 2024. Its range of over 12,000 kilometers puts the entire continental United States in danger. Its mobility and rapid launch capacity make it far harder to detect and preempt. Then comes the Hwasong-17, massive, liquid-fueled and politically symbolic. With an estimated reach of up to 15,000 kilometers, it can potentially carry multiple warheads, should Pyongyang ever master MIRV technology. And looming beyond is speculation of an even larger Hwasong-20, a missile that could carry decoys or multiple re-entry vehicles to pierce US missile defenses. But the real technological hurdle remains atmospheric re-entry. Without it, the warheads cannot survive the fiery plunge at hypersonic speed. For now, that final barrier remains unproven. But experts warn it's only a matter of time. Jong Un has repeatedly justified this relentless build-up as essential for his country's survival.
The powerful deterrent, namely the logic of peacekeeping and security by force with nuclear forces as its backbone, is the invariable stand of the DPRK.
In a recent meeting with his nuclear scientists, Kim urged his officials to sharpen both the nuclear shield and the nuclear sword. That metaphor signals two things: defense through deterrence and defense through strike capability. North Korea has expanded beyond land-based ICBMs. The Pukguksong submarine-launched missiles offer a second strike capability. With ranges between 2,000 and 3,000 kilometers, they threaten Japan, Guam, and US bases across the Pacific. Even if the North's submarines are primitive, just a few nuclear-capable boats make tracking and neutralization far harder. Meanwhile, Pyongyang's theater-level weapons complete the spectrum. The Hwasong-12 can target Guam. The KN-23 and KN-24 short-range missiles can devastate Seoul or Tokyo. These all can be fitted with warheads ranging from 10 to 50 kilotons, tactical but still catastrophic. Satellite imagery shows enrichment plants humming, producing up to 2 tons of highly enriched uranium. South Korean officials warn this could mean dozens of new bombs.
Even at this very hour, uranium centrifuges at 4 locations in North Korea are running, probably accumulating nuclear materials.
This growing stockpile, coupled with missiles, creates what strategists call a layered nuclear force, survivable, flexible, and increasingly unstoppable. The danger is no longer just to South Korea or Japan. The United States faces the prospect of seeing Los Angeles or New York in Pyongyang's crosshairs. As North Korea crosses technical milestones, diplomacy is entering uncharted waters. Russia has thrown its weight into the debate. Meeting with Seoul's Foreign Minister Jong Un at the UN, Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov warned,
Russia emphasized the provocative nature of the military activities of the United States and its Asian allies against North Korea. There is no option but to return to a mutually respectful dialogue based on the realities on the peninsula.
This echoes Moscow's line. Washington is at fault for pushing North Korea into a corner. South Korea's government, however, is looking elsewhere for answers, to President Donald Trump.
It would be fantastic if they met with each other in the near future. And President Lee Jae-myung made it clear to President Trump that he will not be sitting in the driver's seat. He asked President Trump to become a peacemaker, and he relegated himself to become a pacemaker. We don't mind. On the contrary, we want President Trump to exercise his leadership to pull North Korea to the dialogue table.
Trump has welcomed the idea. He still recalls his 3 high-profile meetings with Kim Jong Un during his first term, from Singapore in 2018 to the DMZ in 2019. Kim, too, has hinted at fond memories of those encounters, signaling there may yet be room for renewed talks. If the United States drops the absurd obsession with denuclearizing us and accepts reality and wants genuine peaceful coexistence, there is no reason for us not to sit down with the United States. But there's a catch. Kim has made it clear denuclearization is off the table.
North Korea will never give up our nuclear weapons.
For Washington, that's unacceptable. For Seoul and Tokyo, it's existential. And for the wider world, the fear is that a more confident North Korea could export nuclear designs or materials to other states or non-state actors. Meanwhile, tensions on the peninsula remain acute. Just last week, South Korea fired warning shots at a North Korean merchant vessel crossing the disputed maritime boundary. The path forward is fraught with risk. Can Trump, Xi and Kim pull the world back from the brink? Or will the Korean Peninsula once again become the most dangerous flashpoint of the 21st century? North Korea's nuclear program has reached a decisive stage. It is no longer a hypothetical threat, but a growing arsenal with the potential to shatter global stability. The next months will test whether diplomacy can contain the nuclear sword and shield Kim Jong Un is determined to wield, or whether the world must brace for a new era of nuclear brinkmanship.